Hi there, this is Rob at Reason101.net, and I'm here to showcase some other effects patches from my latest effects refill called Pureffects, and it's an effects only refill. It's got over 1,200 different patches, and there's about 200 combinators. And inside those combinators, there's about 65 different combinators that are set up so that you can control all of these effects or most of these effects either via your keyboard or your your pad controller through Kong. And that's what I'm going to showcase today, some of the different Kong effects. There's a whole section here, if you open up your browser, called Kong Pad Controller Effects, and there's a whole bunch of effects that are basically built to do this. This is called the Kong FX Chain 4x9 Matrix, and the reason why it's called that is because if you look below here, you've got it's a four stop chained effects unit. It goes from here, pad 1, which displays the echo, and then pad 2 has some pulverizers, then pad 3 has some choruses, and pad 4 is some phasers. And it goes from the echo to the pulverizer to the chorus to the phaser. There's a bunch of different sets that go from different devices to different devices, and each of the set has four main combinators packed in, which switch these positions around so that you can go maybe from the pulverizer to the echo or from the chorus to the phaser, things like that. So essentially the way it works is, like I said, there's four different stops along the effects chain, and each stop, each pad out of these four has 9 different effects built in that you can cycle through. And then up here, pads 5 to 8 allow you to bypass any one of these four effects or these four stops, and then pad 9 to 12 allows you to lower the volume of each effect, and pad 13 to 16 allows you to raise the volume of each effect. And you can see down below here, you can see this selection will be highlighted in this vocoder so that you can visually see what's being selected, and then in the second vocoder here, this will show you what's being bypassed or not. And then finally you've got the echo volume, pulverizer volume, chorus volume, and phaser volume displayed here. It defaults to 79. It's not actually 80 because you can only go down to 1 in the digital delay unit, but it goes from basically 1 up to 128 to show you the volume of each of the effects. So that's essentially the way it works. Up here you can change some different settings. You can change your volume pad speed, meaning that when you press either buttons or press pads 9 to 16, this will affect how fast the volume raises or lowers. Then you've got a soft clip, input gain, master volume, EQ boost if you want it, and then a random selection. So this will randomly select between the first 4 pads, and a random bypass will randomly bypass between these pads. So I'll show that off a little bit. I have just a basic drum loop here, so let's just run that, and we'll just bypass everything right now. So with that bypassed, you can see all of these bands are raised, so that tells me it's bypassed. If I just want to put in an echo, just bypass that, and then I can cycle through. Raise the volume, and you can visually see it down here. The volume of the echo is being raised or lowered. And I'll just raise all of these up to 100 for now. If I want to add a pulverizer in there, just and then I can add a chorus and add a phaser. Bypass the pulverizer, bypass the chorus, bypass the echo. And I'm going to try, by doing this method, you can actually create some different effects that are quite, well, how should I say, they're effects chains, and you can basically customize and create your own. if I want to lower the volume of the phaser, of course I can lower it. If I want to increase the volume of the polarizer, I can increase it. Turn off the chorus for now. So that's essentially the way that this operates. As I said, if you have the pad speed, if you want to lower the speed of the pads, if you look at the echo volume, I'll just turn it up. And if I hold down, it's going to go very slowly. If I want to raise it, you can go really fast too. Raise it up here. So it depends how fast you want to go with it. You've also got the random select, which if you look at the selection here, you'll see it goes randomly. And if I also want to randomize the bypass, I can just click this button. Or I can just randomize the bypass. So this way it gives you a lot of different variation in your sounds and in the type of combinations of effects that you can create, and you can do this all from your pad controller. The only thing you have to do is create a track for the Kong, and then you can play it via your own pad controller, and you can play all of this. I've tried to include all the possible playabilities in here. So that it makes it easier for you if you have that pad controller. You can still do it through your keys because Kong allows you to play your keys, but for this type of patch I would say try to use your pad controller. As to what's included, you've got, let's just see here. You have different sets. You've got set 1, and then there's 4 variations on the positions within each 4 of the stops along the chain. So you've got 4 different different combinators that are approached differently. Then you've got set 2 that has a different set of effects. You've got set 3 that has a different set of effects. You've got set 4 that has a different set of effects, 5 and 6. And in that way you can create, since there's 9 effects on each of these pads, it's basically there's 36 effects in each combinator, and you can control how they're what the logical order of the effects are, and you can switch them out on the fly. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you like what you're hearing, come visit me at reason101.net, where I'm going to be selling the Pureffects ReFill, and it will be on sale once Reason 6 is released. Thanks again for watching.